Welcome back to another Beyblade Let's Build, and of course today we're building another one from the early generations of Beyblade, but this one time around, it's an HMS Beyblade. So we got the wonderful Zhao, or SH-05 or 05 or whatever you want to call it. This is a Romance of the Three Kingdoms Beyblade, so I guess I'll explain the story of this real quickly. Basically, after the wonderful world of the original generation was over, Takara still had the molds, and basically at some point, CCTV, the company right up here, made a anime over the Romance of the Three Kingdoms. For those who don't know, it's like this whole entire story. I don't know much about it. I do know it technically is I do know that, was it the Dynasty Warriors games, technically have a way of like connection to it. But yeah, so at some point, Takara Tomy was like, hey, let's use a bunch of our molds and we'll slap stickers of these guys' faces on the Beyblade. And that's what they did. It was a very cheap way of making toys for a bit of a random series. The crazy part about this is, this came out in 2008. Think about that. In the same period, in that same year, Metal Fight Beyblade was starting. Like, it's weird to think HMS Beyblades were being made right before the next generation of Beyblade. And, like, that's crazy to think about that. Like, it's weird to, like, have that idea that, like, while these were on shelves, Metal Fight was also on shelves. Like, isn't that weird to think about that? Like, the insanity of that. Just because they needed a cheap thing to slap, like, some dude's face on. And, like, it's kind of crazy to think about that. Like, sorry, that's just insane. We do have a bit of statistics at the top here. It shows a bit of our little guy here. The mold of this guy, I think, is the Advanced Averazer. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But, yeah, kind of a very interesting design overall. We do get a bit of fun things in here. We do get an HMS launcher and ripcords. I did take out the ripcords because I've owned this box for a while now. Because I was going to make a video on this like way earlier and I never did. We got our weight disc. And of course, we got all the wonderful facts and information on the back. So nothing too bad, nothing too crazy. And of course, a bit more information for the left and right launcher. And more random info about like the tips and stuff. So we're going to open this up here, but first off, we will talk about our ripcords. Fun fact, this thing actually comes with 2 ripcords. So if anyone's actually needing like a good way to get like 2 HMS ripcords, and you just don't want to buy them from like Benchblade or like Jawa's Junkyard, because I think both of them make ripcords now, you could technically use this method. And you get 2 nice ripcords. I did take them out because I have had history in the past with like ripcords breaking because of like how HMS ripcords are made. These ones didn't break, and I now got 2 of them, so that's kind of nice. The plastic is, I don't know if it is kind of off-white color, so not too bad overall. Super excited about it. So yay there, especially because I do have spare stickers from when I did like the Benchblade like repros or whatever, so I do have some spare stickers from like the metal ones, so yay. I will say, as a fun little like fact while doing this, I did buy more of those like HMS repros from Benchblade, so I did buy some of those plastic ones, so we might see videos on some of those later on. Hopefully y'all be interested in that. And wow, the box makes it look blue, but like in actuality it's a very purple color. Maybe, like, it might be navy to some, like, a nice dark blue to some. This looks purple as all heck to me. And, of course, it comes in this nice little tray here. The idea is you take this tray and put it in one of those fancy HMS cases if you have spares of those. I do not have a spare of that HMS case, but it's cool to see. And, of course, we do got our wonderful sticker sheet here. And I'm not going to use the sticker sheet here because the sticker sheet's old, and I figured I might actually scan it, because why not? I don't know. Also, because I'm not a fan of this design for a Beyblade. I do like the color scheme used, so I'll probably take the reference of the color scheme. But I'm probably going to make my own sticker sheet for this guy, because no matter how handsome this Zhao dude is, he is not going on my Beyblade. But overall, nothing too crazy. We're gonna actually open this up and actually look at some of our paperwork here. Because why not, you know? Why not look into the Romance of the Three Kingdoms Beyblade a bit more? Let's see, how's our... So there's our sticker sheet. Pretty much same cheap quality stickers. That's the reason why I don't really use any of these early Takara Tomy stickers. Love Takara Tomy, but man, their sticker quality is not great. Next to that, though, we do have our wonderful instruction manual here. HMS is not too hard to assemble. We will show that off as we are going further and further into the video. It pretty much just shows like the statistics on your parts and like how to swap them around. Because this is not the only guy. There's a bunch of these releases. They're just like redone versions of like HMS stuff. So sadly, none of the cool guys. But you do get some like really random ones. I think Dark Effigy got like a remake in the the Romance of the Three Kingdoms line of HMS Beyblades. So, and they also redid some of the RC Beyblades, funnily enough. So they picked out some really weird ones. Besides that, it shows off like where to place your stickers. More little interesting like how the bit locks in and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. And the launcher mechanics. Because the best part about HMS is the launcher and like overall Beyblade designs. That's why I'm like so happy nowadays I see like repros of these things. Just because like sometimes these guys are just that cool. I don't know, something about their whole like gimmicks and stuff just make them very interesting. And wow, that is a yellow launcher. I knew it was gonna be yellow, but I thought it was gonna be more of like a pale yellow, like the box was showing there. This is much more of a bit of a darker yellow, more like a mustard yellow, I guess. Like, you know when you have like mustard that's like super bright? Like that's what this looks like. See if I can actually get it out of the box though. Ew, man. Give me my launcher! Give me my launcher! Ah, there we go. Got the launcher out. And that's just an empty box. Yeah, there's not too much else really in there. The other piece of paperwork in here is a little product sheet. Nothing too crazy. And yeah, that's kind of what's going on for this guy for right now. So, let's actually start taking him out. Because what else is there to do besides look at the Beyblade? And also, like, spin the launcher. Because, you know, at some point you do, like I said, this is like one of the best launchers. This one does need to be a little bit broken into. Because, ooh. That is very, like, stiff there. It'll be broken into, though. Especially as we do more and more Bay battles. It is very nice to have that, though. Super excited. I know. I always enjoy my HMS launchers. And I do enjoy having two ripcords. That is going to be the nicest part about this. But we'll actually start building the Beyblade now instead of just me babbling on now. So, of course, we're going to take out our guy and the whole little contraption here. All you got to do is just push out the pieces, pretty much. You just squeeze little center things that are in there. Just squeeze them, and they just pop out nicely. Overall, we do got the nice little metal ring here. Let's see if it's going to pop out for us. There's our nice little metal ring. Nothing too crazy, nothing too bad. And, of course, just kind of pops in nicely. We do got the wonderful bit chip right here, which is very simple. You just held on by a bit of tape here. So just remove the tape pretty much. And there we go. So there you go. Our tape is removed, and we got the wonderful HMS chip right there. The next piece is held also on by our nice little metal bracket here. And we're just going to push that out. Nice little simple metal ring, nothing too crazy. And of course we have our running core, which I'm kind of curious about this one. So we do got the running core in here. Funny enough, there is no running core stickers in here. Or well, I guess you could technically use this one as your running core sticker. Or you use the dude's face, I don't know. But yeah, there's not like a thing that says running core on it, funnily enough. And it is a metal flat, I'm guessing. Yeah, it's just a simple metal flat. Does that stand? No, it does not really. But Yeah, very interesting. It's kind of cool to see that. And of course, I guess we'll start the whole actual building process of this guy. So, first up, you want to take your beautiful core here, and we are wanting the indentation side of the little metal ring here. You don't want this side, you want the actual like indentation side. And of course, you want to match up each of the holes with the running core here. So the bigger holes hold like the bigger pieces. After that, you take the still top layer here and do the same thing, match up the holes and get it all set up. Then you take your wonderful little chip here, which is nice and minty, and just kind of see, am I doing that correctly? There we go. And see, is that the correct way of doing that chip? No, it's not. Let's see, gotta figure out the lineup here, because basically these chips have little rails underneath them, and you're just trying to get it to like guide through the rails pretty much of these things. And then of course your HMS launcher actually has a little piece here that's meant to just like twist it. If you picked up any of the sort of like Benchblade repros, they'll include this nice tool here. It's either in plastic or metal, but you can also use this as well. Just tying it up in there, and or not. Let's see what's going on here. Oops, we're damaging our running core. Hopefully not. I'm trying to keep that thing like in nice pristine condition. Whew, that is a new issue. I've never seen that before. Let's see if we can get our guy back in there. Let's see. Nope, that's doing great for us. Let's see if I can actually just adjust our thing again. Okay, there we go. And I will say watch out when you're installing some of this HMS stuff, because yeah, these little parts here are nice and fun in that sense. Maybe I assembled the ring wrong. Is it the other way around? Am I misremembering things? Yeah, it is. Okay. So I did read that wrong. So you do want actually this little ring piece here to be facing downwards. Ignore what I said earlier, pretty much. The joys of me being wrong. But yeah, so you see the little bits up correctly. This is what happens when you haven't assembled an HMS bay in quite a bit of time. Even though, like, the last time I assembled one isn't even that far off, but let's see, can this just turn in there nicely? Or is this one of those moments where I'm going to keep having to, like, adjust this guy? Let's see. Nope, we're going to try. Can we get this out, please? Ooh, man, that is... Let's see, is that going to work out for us? Okay, there we go. Finally got it locked in there, nice and tight. Only takes a little bit of effort, but there you go. There's our wonderful little HMS guy there. And yeah, I guess we'll do a little bit of a spin test for this part of the video here before we take it off to the stadium and record some bit cooler things going on here. But you know what? We'll do a basic spin test. Make sure everything's built properly. And take our wonderful yellow and white launcher and just... Ooh. We didn't spin it fast enough. Try this again, but hopefully not damage anything. Wow, it is not wanting to let go. Let's see. Try this. Wow, that is really not letting go of this guy. Try this one more time. If not, we might have to be making a weird little jump cut. See, there's the things. There are two little prongs here. They're just kind of meant to grab over this guy. We're going to put this in. And we're just going to go. Okay, we finally got it in there. Finally got it going a bit more properly now. And man, that hurt my hand doing that. But yeah, the idea is you just do that. And there you go. And I'm going to go grab him now, because he just fell off the whole entire setup there. But, yeah, we're going to take him to the battlefield now, and get it all readied up. I'm going to probably try breaking in this ripcord, or this launcher here a little bit more, because it is a little bit stuck in its ways currently. So, we might be doing a bit more of the, little bit of that for a little bit there. But overall, I think we'll be ready for some good old-fashioned HMS battles. But time to get all prepared for that. So I will see y'all in a couple of seconds. For me, it's going to take like a minute or two, because I'm going to have to go find the wonderful Beyblade that just dropped on the ground. We're going to have to find my boy Zhao, or whatever its code was, the SH-05. But, yeah. So, time for some battles! Okay, hello everybody, welcome to the little battle segment of the little video today. Well, of the HMS Let's Build of our Three Kingdoms Beyblade, you know, the Advanced Averazer, or whatever the character was named in the whole, like, Three Kingdoms thing. I don't know, these are pretty much just remolds, you know, from what I was mentioning earlier. But overall, we're going to take this guy, and we're going to battle him against some other HMS that I do have. So, of course, we do have Dragoon, who is a simple one. He is a beat-up one, because this is, like, my childhood unit. So, hopefully he doesn't break this thing. I don't know. Doesn't matter. And, of course, we also have Advanced E-Turner here, who is a very interesting one. I do know if you deconstruct him, you could take this piece here and, like, flip it around. But I'm just going to keep him in the sort of basic mode for right now. So, we're going to get all of our HMS launchers here, because I do have quite a few of them. So, let's start getting ready. So, first up, we're going to attach and get ready for Dragoon, which, for these launchers, is actually pretty simple. All you have is these little two tabs here, and then you have the two little pieces here. Basically, you want the two side tabs to match up with these little two tabs here, and just kind of clicks onto there. And there you go. So, if I did bother putting stickers on there, setting these up for first, like, right spin battles here. So, first up, we'll spin our guy. So there you go, got a battle between both of them. Very nice, energetic battle, though. Nice, good old strong hits, too. Ooh. Probably should have done a little bit of a harder spin, but overall, not that bad. And of course, you do have the nice energy of HMS battles. And the first win goes to our newly built guy. So we're going to do the same type of battle, but set them up in a left spin mode here. Because that's the nice part about HMS. They can go left and right spin. So we're going to set these guys both up for sort of left spin battling. And get them all set up pretty much. Keep up the color schemes. Even though they don't really match, but oh well. Doesn't matter. Get them all set up for that. We're going to start off with Dragoon first in this little random battle here. So first off, we're going to get Strat all ready. And that one just immediately went out of the stadium. So fun for me. And we're back. Sorry, I had to grab the Beyblade because it rolled off, as you saw in the last little thing. And of course I tilted the stadium to where I can just kind of do the straight shot this way without flying out of the stadium, hopefully. So let's get back into this. So of course, have it all set up in left spin. First one. And that was a quick battle. So I guess we're gonna go grab the next, try this again. This time around, we're gonna do a sort of difference there of spin capabilities. So, of course, we're gonna set up the Strata and the left spin. And, of course, we're gonna set up our wonderful guy in his little right spin mode. Because that felt like he had better power, I guess, in the right spin. And this time around, we will actually set up this guy to go first for spinning. So. And look at that, nice energetic battle this time around. And there we go. Stratida was actually the one that lost this time around. So far in this little matchup, you've learned that this guy has a lot more capabilities in his sort of right spin mode, which is very nice. Which is funny because both of them are very similar in a way, but I'm guessing the sort of more, I guess, attack type nature, maybe the metal tip has more to do with it. I don't know. It's kind of funny because they both are very like similar in color too. I think they are actually same color, funnily enough. It's hard to say because this one is like been very well used over the years. Like I used this guy in like tournaments when I was younger, so like, yeah, who knows if this was the original color at some point. But yeah, so we're gonna now move on to using the advanced E-turner here. So of course I do have them all already set up. We do already have some cool little HMS launchers ready. These are little repro stickers from like the Benchblade guy. So if anyone's curious about that, they're from that whole guy there. I'm going to keep it in left spin mode for this first battle here. And of course, we'll make it a bit more nice and equal and start off with the right spin, I guess. So of course, starting off with our beautiful advanced Averazer or whatever. The Three Kingdoms one, I guess I should say. It's hard to remember the names for these guys. But first off, and of course, battle's already going for him. So of course the E-turner is more of a stamina type. I guess that's probably the more proper way of saying it. So of course he's going to have the nice little like stability, and of course the beautiful Three Kingdoms guy is more of an attack type. So there might not be as fair of a battle. We never know. Stamina stability and stuff like that. And who knows how well the other can take the hits. You never know with the HMS. These battles do kind of hit hard sometimes. And ooh, see, look, it's doing slight chips now. But there we go, now we're getting like the main parts of the battle now going in. But I think the stability of it all might get this guy out of the way. Let's see. Oh, yep. Our guy lost in that sort of round there. So this time around, we'll probably set him up in a nice little left spin mode. And of course, get the other guy all set up in a nice little right spin. So we'll do this. Set him up in a right spin, which might give him a bit more of an advantage, since his little metal spike outs can kind of help with that. So hopefully, this makes for a bit more of an interesting battle. Alright, starting off with nice heavy hits there. And of course the crazy speed of HMS, which is one of my favorite parts about this whole entire system, is the speed and like movement of some of these guys is absolutely insane. I do have some like repros coming in for HMS, and I'm super excited to mess around with them soon. Let's see. Overall, not too crazy of a battle though. Pretty much another same little thing. Though this time around, not as much of a stability. Maybe I kind of shot him wrong there. But overall, still holding up pretty well, even with all those little hits. Let's see which one's gonna go. Ooh. Ah, look at that. He still won. And of course, figured for the last battle here, why not just throw all three of them in there? So, we're gonna set them all up. I'm probably gonna do all of them in right spin, because kind of convenience there. So we're gonna set them all up in right spin. And get them all just clipped in nicely. The nice part about these launchers is these actually are pretty much work as a very nice, convenient way of like fixing up your Beyblades all together. Very cool in that sense, I guess. I don't know, I probably mentioned all this in the video. I do all these parts like separately, and that probably doesn't help me ever. But oh well. So we're gonna set this all up. We'll start with the stamina guy first. Then, wow, that was a quick one. Try this again. Sometimes you forget how quick battles can go through sometimes without any issue in the world. So we're going to try this again. And hopefully this time around it lasts a little bit longer. So we're going to try the stamina. Go for our main guy here. And there we go. Now we got a nice all 3 fur in this run. Let's see what's all going to happen. Ooh, there we go. I will say, since HMS works at a very nice, like, tiny sense, it does make for nice, good battles. And the winner of that was our beautiful guy, as a nice little final victory to him. Overall, I do recommend this guy. I did pick him up for pretty cheap, so hopefully y'all can find some of these guys for pretty cheap. If not, maybe at some point, Benchblade will come around and make a nice free pro of him, or Jawa's Junkyard. Hopefully at some point. Overall, though, I do recommend it. This is one of the 3 Kingdoms, guys, and hopefully y'all did enjoy this bit of an HMS video here. And at some point we will be having more HMS videos, so hopefully y'all did enjoy this, because more are coming soon! I'm super excited about it, because I love HMS. But yeah, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye-bye-bye.